A Fort Worth homeowner frustrated by flooding says he's caused in part by nearby new development. He's calling attention to it in a really unique way. He's putting videos and pictures on a big screen outside of his home. Fox 4's Phil Alvarado in Fort Worth with his story. Phil.
Clarice, we are getting a little bit of rain in Fort Worth right now, and with more expected over the weekend, that's exactly what he is worried about. He's put up a giant video board that's almost big enough to see from City Hall, where he has brought his concerns. He's worried about flooding in his neighborhood, and it is a message that's hard to miss.
It's about 6 feet tall and 22 feet wide.
That size video board is big enough to stand out even on 20 acres, and Mark Singletary makes no apologies about putting it up in his front yard.
Reasonable conversations have failed. It's time for something unreasonable.
It plays video he took of the flooded street in front of his property after the heavy rains a couple of weeks ago.
Water was running this way in front of my house, which it's never done before, and came within about 2.5 inches of maybe getting in the house.
There's text over the video that warns buyers beware. There are 2 housing developments going up near Singletary's property, which he believes have contributed to flooding in his neighborhood. He says he's not opposed to the developments.
It is inevitable, and if done properly, welcomed.
That particular development was in a very, very early stage. Really, all they had done is cut some access areas, and the rain hit at that point in time. And so we're trying to work with them to make sure that they've got the right measures in place to protect people.
Please notice the color of the water.
Singletary took his flooding video to City Hall last week to lay the problem at their feet.
From the sand eroding down from where clearing has just begun.
He wants City Council to fix the infrastructure he says has been stressed beyond its capacity. Other property owners went to council with images of how their properties have been affected.
But we are assessing the system as best we can to try and make sure that the system's there is doing as well as it can, and again to make sure that the development's not making things worse.
Singletary says normally it would cost $12,000 a day to keep up that video board, but he owns the company that put it up, so he says he's ready to keep it going until he sees results.